So something weird is happening around Japan right now.
地震情報をお伝えします。7月2日15時26分頃、最大震度5弱の地震がトカラ列島近海を震源するもので発生しました。
Since late June, the Tokara Island chain has been hit by a relentless earthquake swarm over 800 tremors.
すごい揺れが今起きています。
It's a terrifying real-time seismic event, but what's turning this anxiety into genuine fear across the nation is that it's happening just days before a notorious prophecy predicts a mega disaster for Japan.
もうずっと続いてて揺れてるからなんかもう眠るのがちょっと怖くて。みんな寝不足、終わりが見えなくて、子供だけでも避難させるかどうかも検討していかないといけないかもですね。大阪からいらっしゃるお客さんが国籍はあれだから宝島に変更しようかなということで、
鹿児島と宮崎にまたがる霧島連山新燃岳、先月27日以降噴火が相次いでいます。気象庁は火口周辺2キロから3キロの範囲で大きな噴石や火砕流に警戒を呼びかけています。相次ぐ地震と噴火、この2つに関連はあるか。
If you open the social media right now in Japan, all of them are talking about this. And weirdly, this one story become a hot topic right now in Asia. And that story came from this book, this actual book, which I think in Japanese is called 私が見た未来完全版. Yeah, this book is from Tatsuki Ryo. So that's the creator of this book. So this book has a collection of prophetic dreams from a reclusive artist named Ryo Tatsuki. And one of those dreams is a warning about a catastrophe in July of 2025. So according to this book, she says that インドに行っている時にこれから起こる大災難の夢を見ました。例えるならドロドロのスープが煮え立った時ボコンとなるように日本例島の南に位置する太平洋の水が盛り上がる、そんなビジョンが見えたのです。海底火山なのかそこまでは分かりませんが、そしてつい最近また同じ夢を見ました。今度は日付もしっかりとその災難が起こるのは2025年7月です。Which means like this month. So that's basically what she said. So she said that she had a dream, and in that dream, there's gonna be like a huge explosion in the sea between Philippines and Japan Sea. And then she's not quite sure whether it's like a bomb or it's like eruption of volcanoes, but the cause of that explosion is it's gonna trigger a huge tsunami. So this is pretty serious allegations. I mean, I don't know. I felt like it's quite, to me, at first when I listened to this, I'm like, okay, I mean, it's just a dream, right? It couldn't be true. And then you can see here, even in the book cover, they put like a cover here where she said that the real disaster is coming on 2025 July. And yeah, so that's how this whole rumor is getting like amplified. And she also like, the crazy part is, guys, she also provide like a detailed imagery of what she see. And you can see here like where the seabed is exploding. She even written here like the boiling water. And then you can see here where she said 2021, July 5th, 4:18 a.m., which is like the date that she has this dream. Now, normally this would end just like a stupid conspiracy theory from like a manga or like comic book, but I'm telling you it's more than that, because this exact rumors is costing like thousands of flights being cancelled coming to Japan. Even the governments like need to make a statement saying that, hey, this is not true, guys. Don't believe this manga predictions or prophecy. But like, why people are making fuss about that? Like, I don't quite understand. It's just a prophecy in a manga. So the power of this rumor comes down to one chillingly specific detail. On the cover of her 1999 book, Tatsuki wrote this:
a great disaster in March 2011. 12 years later, the deadliest tsunami in Japan's modern history fulfilled that prophecy.
Hello, good evening. Japan's Prime Minister has said the country is facing its worst crisis since the Second World War, and there are fears the death toll could reach tens of thousands.
For a country defined by that trauma, this felt impossible to ignore. This one hit gave everything else she said a terrifying weight. And her followers will tell you there's a pattern. The Kobe earthquake in 1995, she predicted that. So basically they said that she predicted everything, every disasters that's happening to Japan. Are they vague? Maybe, but for believers, it was a track record. And her latest prediction is terrifyingly specific. It's not just earthquake. She dreamed a massive fissure in the ocean floor. She even dreamed that she saw it in a Google Earth kind of like vision.
So the thing is, this particular line is very scary. 東日本大震災の3倍言うほどの強大な波です。Like this particular line. Do it like this. So this particular line. So what's so scary about it is like she's literally saying that the size of the tsunami that's coming right now is like the 3 times of the size that we have in 2011. I mean, that is very disastrous if we have that. Yeah, I mean, I really hope that this prophecy is not true because we're kind of fucked. I mean, if this is true.
So I look at the other side of the story, the official side, the government, the scientists, the news, and they are all saying the same thing. The GMA says short-term earthquake prediction is physically impossible. They say Japan gets hundreds of quakes a year, so one happening on a given day is just statistics. The author herself has even published a new book trying to calm people down, saying it's not a definite event. Basically, this is baseless. This is fiction.
And they have a point because science is based on probability, not prophecy. But even though the facts are given, it is not that simple because the story gets complicated from here.
Because the facts weren't enough to stop the fear. The rumor first exploded overseas. It was amplified by local influencers and spiritualists in Hong Kong and Taiwan. That's where the flight cancellations started. Then that wave of panic started to echo back to Japan. But the real tipping point is the thing that made everyone in Japan start paying attention was the very thing we saw at the start, the earthquake swarm. Suddenly, the prophecy didn't feel so distant. The abstract fear now had a real-world tremor attached to it. The government called it a coincidence, but for many, it felt like a sign.
I mean, even for me, at first, I didn't believe any of this, but now I don't want to go near to any beach. The author right now called her dream as a warning about instability, but with Japan right now being hit with the real seismic activity, you have to wonder, is this a coincidence or a prophecy that is about to come true? We will see.